As you all know, our nations are the biggest polluters in the world today. It is very important that we first of all get rid of our dependency on oil and gas before we can start supporting anyone else.
So now I'd like to know, why is it that the United States has not signed the Kyoto Protocol?
In this day and age, we need more technology rather than limitations. Limitations will only hurt people, whereas investment in technology will in the future, in the long term, help reduce emissions, will help conserve the environment, will help conserve the atmosphere, while at the same time produce economic benefits that can be enjoyed by the entire world community.
In Canada, we are actually encouraging people to buy cars and vehicles that lower the emissions, like the hybrid cars and stuff. We're actually offering tax rebates now that give the people $2,000 back after they have purchased a hybrid car. So this is just one step that we're taking to further the energy efficiency in Canada.
The United States, like many of the countries present here and many countries around the world, suffer greatly with the impact of HIV and AIDS. What we have noticed statistically is that AIDS mostly is passed down because parents do not have the medication to actually give to their children to stop the transfer of AIDS from parents to children. Therefore, I firstly propose that the G8, along with many other countries in the world, take affirmative cooperation to ensure that we can make antiretroviral drugs cheaply available to everyone in the world.
Another concern is, since HIV is new on the agenda for European countries, it is also not being taken seriously enough in our funding. And as the Economics Ministry tried to finance the current program for HIV prevention, we are realizing now that this may not happen due to a shortage of funds, since after all, the government is still new to this.
The main problem that we face right now is education. I think that each of us in our individual countries, we need to educate our people, focus more on educating our people on the disease and why they should stay away from this disease.
This is concerned with the increase of HIV and AIDS, is determined to financially aid in the battle against AIDS and HIV worldwide and to promote social development in countries of need. I believe that economic development in Africa is dependent upon the people and the shortage of labor workers. And the reason there is a shortage of labor workers is due to the fact that almost everybody there has HIV and AIDS. So in order to tackle the problem of economic development in Africa, we must ensure that we tackle the problem of HIV and AIDS first, as they go hand in hand.
We can always help Africa by improving the African infrastructure as well as drawing up the international standards.
When we invest in African countries, we as developed countries, we as the G8 should have a limit on what is the basic wages of the workers there. We have to protect the rights of these African people, or else they will get overexploited, and the situation would only get worse.
One of the biggest challenges will be to take the Africans out of their comfort zone if we want to get them into businesses that aren't agricultural based. So their culture is, they're going to stick to traditions that they're used to for many years.
The internet in particular is a very interesting topic because of the fact that a lot of the things that we do create end up being on the internet, and there is no sole way for us to make sure that these entertainment services are protected properly.
Don't you think we, as the more powerful nations in the world, have put these developing countries in a position where they feel that they have no choice but to use this technology that we have created in their own way to make their own money?
The internet's a grand thing, and the internet has so many opportunities in so many ways. You can buy things from the internet. You can get jobs just by using the internet. And I think we don't want to demote the internet, or we don't want to demote our current technology. I think we want to try and combine them so we can all benefit. How about open up markets where you can allow downloading and you can have developing countries linked with the North American media industries, but at the same time, if other outside sources want to get to that stuff, they actually have to pay with those collaborated countries that are aiding that fact, that are aiding that system of getting profit back from those downloads. And
Actually, the internet